Good evening, it's Monday, September 2, 2019 here in Cebu City. I'm Cherry Ann Lim, and here's all you need to know in NewsBits tonight. Lawyer Inocencio de la Cerna survived an ambush just outside the gate of the Cebu City Hall of Justice at the North Reclamation area this morning. Following the incident, Cebu City Mayor Edgardo Labella called on City Police Chief Gemma Binluan to deploy policemen both inside and outside the building. Here's Chari Coronel for the details.
Lawyer Inocencio de la Cerna was declared safe after an ambush which happened while he was going out of the Cebu City Hall of Justice along Osmeña Street North Reclamation area past 9 this morning. De la Cerna, however, sustained a minor wound on his arm due to his car's window shard. Initial police investigation revealed that two unidentified gunmen on board a motorcycle waited outside the building to attack the lawyer. When De la Cerna went out of the Cebu City Hall of Justice, the gunman opened fire at him. De la Cerna quickly hid and sped off on board his vehicle going to Cebu City proper. Upon reaching the pier area, De la Cerna was shot again by the gunman who tailed him. The culprits fired another shot when the lawyer reached Arellano Boulevard. Police Senior Inspector Adolfo Abrigana said De la Cerna was able to return fire, prompting the gunmen to stop from chasing him. The lawyer directly drove to Waterfront Police Station to report the incident. 3 empty shells and 1 slug of unidentified firearm were recovered from the crime scene. Authorities are looking into 3 angles as motives in the crime, one of which is the Bunil case. De la Cerna is one of the legal counsels of former Bohol Board member Nino Ray Buniel. Meanwhile, Cebu City Mayor Edgardo Labella urged City Director Police Colonel Gemma Binluan to deploy her officers within the vicinity of the Qimonda building where the Cebu City Hall of Justice is located. The Integrated Bar of the Philippines Cebu City Chapter condemned the attempt to take the life of De la Cerna. Lawyer Regal Oliva, president of the IBP Cebu City, said it is important that their members should know how to use a firearm for self-defense. The IBP Cebu City Chapter called on the Philippine National Police and National Bureau of Investigation to promptly and thoroughly investigate the incident. On February 2018, lawyer and Ronda Vice Mayor Jonah John Ungab died in an ambush staged by motorcycle-riding gunmen, also outside of Cebu City Hall of Justice. Chari Coronel, NewsBits Tonight.
Bureau of Corrections Director General Nicanor Faildon has confirmed that 3 of the 7 men convicted for the kidnapping and illegal detention of the Chiong sisters have been released. He also said he would not resign amid the controversial implementation of the Good Conduct Time Allowance system, stressing that he was doing a good job. Here's Kenneth Torres for the details.
During the Senate hearing on the Good Conduct Time Allowance system this morning, Bureau of Corrections Director General Nicanor Faildon told Senator Panfilio Lacson that Josman Asnar, Ariel Balansag, and Alberto Canio were released from prison. The 3 were among the 7 men convicted for the kidnapping and illegal detention of Chiong sisters in 1999. But the release orders for Asnar, Balansag, and Canio were not signed by Faildon but by Correctional Institute for Women Superintendent Maria Fe Marquez. During the hearing, Lacson presented the release orders which were signed on August 16, 2019. Faildon initially said he could not remember ordering the release of the 3 convicts, but Lacson presented a copy of a release order for Balansag with Faildon's name but with a signature of Marquez. Marquez confirmed that it was her signature on the top of Faildon's name on the document. Lacson questioned Marquez's authority to sign the release orders for the 3 men in behalf of Faildon, citing that under the law, only the Bucor Director General or the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology Chief is authorized to order the release of an inmate. Asnar, Balansag, and Canio were released based on Good Conduct Time Allowance or GCTA. They were among the 1,914 persons persons convicted for heinous crimes who have been released under the GCTA system since 2014. The 4 others convicted were Francisco Juan Paco Laraniaga, Rowen Adlawan, and brothers James Andrew and James Anthony Uy. Meanwhile, despite the GCTA mess, Faeldon said he will not resign from his post. When asked by Senator Riza Hontiveros during the hearing, the Bucor Director General said he is doing a good job. Controversy erupted over the GCTA system following the inclusion of convicted rapist and murderer, former Caloocan Mayor Antonio Sanchez, on the list of inmates who were qualified for release due to good behavior. Kenneth Torres, NewsBits Tonight.
Metro Cebu experienced severe flooding in some areas yesterday after a heavy downpour caused by Tropical Storm Liwayway. Pag-asa Mactan said the rains will continue until tomorrow. Here's Chari Coronel for the details.
Some areas in Metro Cebu, particularly in barangays of Bulacau and Linao in Talisay City, were affected by severe flooding that was caused by the heavy downpour brought by Tropical Storm Liwayway yesterday. In Cebu City, flooded were the streets near the Cebu Metropolitan Cathedral, Vigolias, San Siangco, P. del Rosario, as well as in barangays Parian and Mambaling. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAGASA, said the heavy rains experienced in some areas of Metro Cebu were induced by the trough of Typhoon Liwayway. PAGASA said that 21.6 millimeters of rains that fell in Cebu streets yesterday was equivalent to 108,000 drums of water, causing flood along National Highway of Barangay Bulacau and Linao in Talisay City. The Aksyon Agad team in Talisay City immediately responded to the call of Mayor Samsam Gulyas to clear the drainage of garbage. The City of Talisay Traffic Operation Development Authority also responded by manning the traffic after vehicles malfunctioned due to the flood. Mayor Gulyas will meet with the City Engineering's office and DPWH to discuss solutions on flood problems in Barangay Linao. Meanwhile, Cebu City Mayor Edgardo Labella formed an interagency task force on flooding. Labella appointed lawyer June Maratas, head of the General Services Office, as the point person. The mayor said the city still has 1.5 billion flood control fund, but this was not used by the previous administration. He said he will immediately implement the flood control program of the city. Chari Coronel, NewsBits Tonight.
Here's the latest in sports with Kenneth Torres.
The University of San Carlos Warriors bested the University of Southern Philippines Foundation Panthers in an overtime game with a score of 80-75 in the 2019 Cebu Schools Athletic Foundation Incorporated CESAFI Men's Basketball Tournament yesterday at Cebu Coliseum, with Panthers leading 75-74. After 2 free throws by Samin Swint, Sami Managor of Warriors fished a foul and registered 2 from the line to give their team back the lead with more than 1 minute left to play. Jules Langres continued to raise the Warriors' lead as he quickly received the outlet pass and registered a layup to secure a 3-point lead, 78-75, with 33.5 seconds remaining. However, Carl Langahin of Panthers, who missed another 3-point try from the opposite corner, allowed Managor of Warriors to seal its victory with 2 made free throw shots. Managor led the Warriors with 28 points, while Langres finished with 16 markers. Meanwhile, the Southwestern University Finmac Cobras, who were considered the odds-on favorites for the championship this season, defeated the University of Cebu Webmasters with a score of 65-58. Cobras showed impressive performance in the fourth quarter and held the Webmasters to just 6 points to secure victory. Until in the fourth quarter, the Webmasters were leading for most of the game when Cobras unleashed 9 straight points, punctuated by a corner 3-pointer by Shaquille Imperial. Due to the team's effort to get the lead, Cobras turned a 49-52 deficit entering into the fourth quarter into a 58-52 with more than 7 minutes left to play. However, Webmasters pulled to within 2 after John Habelio registered 2 straight layups. But Cobras' Lamin Thiam came off a nice cut to the basket to raise Cobras' lead to 9, 65-56, with more than 2 minutes left to play. Thiam finished the game with 17 points, while Imperial chipped in 14 points, and Gerald Fernandez added 12 markers. Meanwhile, Daryl Shane Menina of Webmasters had 15 points, while Tosh Sesay tallied 11 points, and Habelio ended up with 10 points. Kenneth Torres, NewsBits Tonight.
To get the latest, visit www.sunstar.com.ph. Follow us on our YouTube channel and official social media accounts on Twitter and Facebook. I'm Cherry Ann Lim. Good evening.